Jersey, thank you. Republicans had a hard time persuading some of their own lawmakers to pass the president's big, beautiful bill. They might have an even harder time selling voters on some of its cuts to popular benefits programs. Let's bring in Iowa Congressman Zach Nunn. Nunn, good of you to join us on a holiday weekend. So tell us about, some of the opposition to this bill. People don't like it. We'll get into those numbers in a minute. A lot of people don't like it. Why do you think that is? Greater than well, John, first and foremost, happy Independence Day weekend. I was with the president as he flew back to Iowa and sold this bill firsthand to Iowans. And I think it is very important. It's much more difficult to construct a lie than to tell the simple truth, and that's exactly what the president did both in Iowa this 4th of July as well as on the South Lawn when he signed this into being. Simple truth number 1, it is the largest tax cut in American history. Simple truth number 2, it is the largest cut of the federal government spending in American history. Simple truth number 3 is our best defense, our border security and our national security, $150 billion going into it. And simple truth number 4, it's a great way to unleash American energy. No more delays, no more red tape, no more dependency on foreign oil. This is the ability to step forward. And simple truth the number 5, which is so important, serving on financial services and the Ag Committee, is it takes care of those WHO or most vulnerable for those benefits while not casting the taxpayers more or bleeding these systems out. Those are 5 really good things that helped make this bill move forward, and I think when Americans hear more about this, in addition to no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, no tax on, tips, these are things that are really going to invest in our local communities, drive our economy up, stop our federal spending and help every working American in the entire country. That's a good birthday gift for America. John, well, happy birthday, America. We'll get into the benefits cuts in a moment, but first, those numbers I was telling you about earlier. The Fox News polling unit asked Americans whether they like this bill or not, and 59% say they oppose it. 38% say they favor it. So how do you turn that around and, again, why do you think those numbers, the opposition numbers, are so high? Greater than well, let's be very clear, Republicans came into this, and we spent 6 months crafting a major tax reform, border security, energy and defense bill. We've been focused many late nights on getting the legislation done. On the other side of the aisle, as you saw from the minority leader, Democrats spend hours talking about all the scare tactics, things like seniors aren't going to get Medicaid. Not true. Pregnant women are going to get cut off SNAP, not true. That illegals are somehow going to get deported. That part is true, and I think it's important that we start being able to now share with everybody what is in this very important bill and how it helps their lives. Here's what I know, there's a requirement out there for minimum amounts of work, schooling, rehab for somebody to get their benefits. 81% of Americans agree with that. Nearly 79% of Americans value the tax cut. And here's the proof, John, in Iowa, my home state had a Democratic governor, we ran a $1 billion+ deficit, and when Republicans took over, when I got elected and beat a Democrat, we were able to cut taxes. We passed the largest tax cut in Iowa history, and as a result, our economy went through the roof. Iowans had more money in their pocket, they spend it on family farms, Main Street and their kids, and as a result, they know how better to spend their money and the economy was more successful. This is the same lesson we're going to take to Washington, D.C. Democrats are wrong on their messaging, we're right on policy, and the American people are going to benefit from it. You're going to see the poll numbers turn around quick. John, I want to play some sound from a prominent Democrat about what she says in this bill. Listen, greater than losing all your health care, not able to feed your babies, not being able to put a diaper on their bottom in exchange for what? This bill is a deal with the devil. John, not being able to feed your babies, says AOC. What do you say to that? Greater than well, I think this is the type of exact scare tactics that we would expect out of New York, and Social Democrats WHO want to take over the grocery stores, eliminate the police and believe that government knows better. Here's what I know, John, Americans know far better than anybody in Washington with. What this bill really does is invest in families. Legislation that I helped lead to make sure that every family in America gets a $22,200 tax indicate for, $2,200 tax credit for their kiddo. If you're adopting, it's $5,000. President Trump paid a $1,000 commitment to every new mom that they get to help invest in their kid's future. That's more than diapers and formula. That's moving our entire country forward. It's a reinvestment in what really makes America successful, the entrepreneur, the innovator, the small business. We're getting rid of deductions, we're getting rid of the tax on Social Security so that seniors can actually invest and have a good life after a lifetime of work. We're making sure that Medicaid and Social Security as well as things like SNAP have the benefits they need so most vulnerable Americans, seniors, pregnant mothers, families with dependents, get the opportunity to continue to receive it while not having them bled out by bad states, like her state, New York, which is in double digits for fraud, waste and abuse. We're bringing it right back into a system that can help those families that are vulnerable get the support they need without the able-bodied, 29-year-old kid, guy in the basement playing video games being able to get a handout that costs the taxpayer more. These are real success stories. John, Congressman, as the nation embarks on its 250th year of independence, I want to put up some numbers that show a change in how Americans are feeling about this country. In June of 2022, 39% said they were proud of this country. In June of 2025, the number almost 20 points higher, 58% say they are proud of the United States. Greater than right. John, to what do you attribute that? Greater than look, I attribute this to good leadership that starts at the very top. I'm a combat veteran. This is the first time in forever that we've been able to say we have full recruiting retention maxed OR exceeded in all of our branches of military service. It's the first time in memory where we've had in this case 0 illegal border crossings because of President Trump's leadership and Congress's action to be able to secure our border. It's the first time in a long time we've truly been able to say we are energy independent. And candidly, the president has been a leader not only domestically in drawing our economy forward, but a leader for peace around the world. My Guard unit back home, we took those key strikes that eliminated real threats. President Trump is leading peace between Israel and our Arab partners. I was there when the missiles were falling, and they also wanted America's membership. Even the Ayatollah has stepped back in and said, hey, we are going to work with the United States because of President Trump's leadership. We saw it in Kosovo, in Serbia, throughout Africa. America's leadership is drawing a stronger world where we have an economy that can blossom, a national security risk abated by peace through strength and, ultimately, an American future that people say is brighter than the future we had behind us. The best days are ahead being led by this Congress, this president and by the American people. John. Congressman Zach Nunn.